Hello. Um, I am on my way to the gym. The house is quiet for a few minutes, and I look a mess, but that's okay. You don't care, I hope. If you care, then I don't think we should be friends. Anyway, Staveley Mann here, and I received a request to answer some interview questions from a special family of children being homeschooled. I have the questions here behind me. It is the mom's name is Charity, and they've loved into Carrera, and their daughter Arianna has some questions for me, and I thought that since it's not every day you get questions from a 12-year-old girl named Arianna, when your first novel starts with a 12-year-old girl named Arianna. So I thought I would answer them in a video. Here's the fun part of this game. I have not read the questions in advance. So I'm going to answer off the cuff like I do whenever I'm actually in a school. So I'm going to do this quick because I've got like 5 minutes to get to class. Kettlebell time. Okay, question number 1. How long have you been writing books? I've been officially writing books for a publisher since last summer, so for 1 year. But I wrote my first picture book for the same publisher 8 years ago, and it took a while to find a publisher. I've been writing non-published works since before I could make sentences when I was a little girl. So I don't remember a time whenever I was not writing. I've always been writing and telling stories. I can't imagine doing anything else. Okay, question number 2, Arianna. What is your favorite book that you have written? Oh, that's a hard question. All the children always ask me this question. And the answer is always the most recent one that I've done, usually. So I just sent it off today to Blue Moon Publishers, Tegan of Tomorrow. And so far, it is my favorite because it's the freshest in my mind and I'm obsessed with it. And, well, the fourth one that I'm working on now is called The Second Twin, and I love that one. But I'm going to say my favorite book I've written, it might be the picture book that hasn't come out yet, A Bug is a Bug, because it's a fun rhyming story. It's really hard to write rhyme for anyone who writes rhyme. That's why Dr. Seuss just made up a bunch of words to rhyme, because it's really hard. And the rhythm of the rhyme in Legend of Rhyme is my series. My rhyming book is A Bug is a Bug. And the rhythm of that rhyme is very Seussical in nature, I find. Anyway, Bug is a Bug, my picture book, I think so far is my favorite because it's the first one and it's the first one that got published. Well, that got accepted by a publisher. It's just taking a bit of time. Number 3, what is your favorite book in general? My favorite book of all time is Dr. Seuss' The Lorax. I love the story. I love the message. I love that Dr. Seuss was a social activist and he kind of fooled his readers into learning lessons through his seemingly simple poetry and stories. Love it. Love everything about The Lorax and Dr. Seuss. Runner-up would be The Chronicles of Narnia. Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe would be another favorite. Number 4, what was your first book that you ever wrote? The first book I ever wrote that I remember, I wrote in grade 4, and it was called The Tarantula Seed. You may not have heard of it because it hasn't been on any bestsellers lists or anything. Maybe that'll change. It's about a little girl who went walking through the woods, and she found a magical, curious-looking seed, and it was the size of a walnut shell, and it was all different colors, and she took it home, and she stuck it in a pot by her bed, and whenever she went to sleep that night, she woke up. There was a tree that had grown by her bed, and there were little tarantulas hanging off of it. She planted a tarantula seed. That was the first one I wrote. Officially, the first one I ever wrote, as I just said, that was accepted by a publisher was A Bug is a Bug, and then Elore of Stone. But I am actually a ghostwriter by day, so I've had lots of books that were that I've written that did not have my name on the title, on the cover, which I can talk about in another piece. What was your inspiration for Into Carrera? Well, Into Carrera was the second novel in the Legend of Rhyme series. It was a follow-up to Elore of Stone. You can see a poster hanging on my wall there. So it all came from a a story I made up for my little girls to tell them at bedtime. It was something foolish I made up called Margaret and the Secret Soft Tree, and you'll read a little bit more about that in the introduction page to Tegan of Tomorrow, which is coming out in October. But basically, it was based on a bedtime story that I made up for my kids about a magical world, and it kind of matured as I wrote the stories for a middle grade audience. Well, that's where that came from. I hope that answers your question, Arianna. Number 6. When did you know you wanted to become a writer? I feel like being a writer chose me. I don't feel like I chose to be a writer. There was no other option for me. I couldn't imagine doing anything but writing, and I'm a writer, and I can't think of anything else that I would want to be doing. So I've known since I was probably in grade 4, for sure, whenever I finished I never really finished the tarantula seed. I got as far as I could, but I don't even know where it is. I think it's in my mom's house somewhere. I think that she may have taken it, and she might be planning to sell it on eBay if I get really famous one day, because I can't find the book anymore. Mom. Anyway, always known. Any other fun or interesting facts about you? Fun or interesting facts about me. I love to cook. I make everything from scratch. I drive my family crazy because I even make our ketchup and our mayonnaise. I like to have a lot of fun. I guess this is a fun fact. I hear my characters talk to me, like I hear voices in my head, and I'm a pretty normal person. But right now I'm hearing Arianna and Asher, like they're telling me what they want me to be writing them doing in this next book that I'm working on. I hear voices. That's a fun fact about me. I hope that you like these answers to your questions. I hope I answered them all for you. If not, just leave me a comment, and I will expand on my answers. Okay, now I'm off to class. I took too long. Luckily, I only live 2 minutes away from the gym. Okay, bye-bye, Arianna. And I'm so happy that you like the books.